Berberine versus Ozempic-style weight loss. What really works and what's just hype. This video is for education only and should never replace professional medical advice. Always talk with your healthcare provider before making any major changes to your healthcare routine. Before we get started, make sure you stay with me all the way to the end. I've got an exclusive free gift waiting for you that can seriously level up your results. With that said, let's jump right in. If you're over 35 and feel like your body is working against you every single time you try to lose weight, this video is for you. Because something changes after 35, and nobody talks about it honestly. Meet Sarah. She's 44 years old, lives in Denver, and she did everything right. She cut calories. She walked every morning. She gave up wine for 6 weeks straight. And still, the scale barely moved. Her belly stayed puffy. Her energy crashed every afternoon. Her doctor mentioned Ozempic at her last checkup, but Sarah was nervous about injections and expensive medications. Then a friend told her about Berberine, calling it nature's Ozempic. Sarah figured she had nothing to lose. What happened next is exactly what this video is going to break down for you, because her story is more common than you think, and the answer might surprise you. So today we are going to cover 5 things. How GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic actually work inside your body. What Berberine really is and why it keeps showing up everywhere. What the latest science actually says about both. The honest truth about risks and side effects. And finally, the lifestyle factors that make either approach work better or barely work at all. Stay with me until the end, because the last point might be the most important thing you hear all year. Let's start with GLP-1 drugs, because there is a lot of confusion out there. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It is a hormone your gut naturally produces when you eat. This hormone tells your brain you are full. It slows down how fast food leaves your stomach, and it helps your pancreas release insulin more efficiently. When you take a drug like semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy, you are essentially flooding your system with a powerful version of this signal. Your hunger drops dramatically. Many people describe simply forgetting to eat. Clinical trials have shown average weight loss of 15 to 20% of body weight over roughly 68 weeks. That is significant. Those numbers are real. But here's what the brochure does not always mention. Side effects are common, especially early on. Nausea, vomiting, constipation, and fatigue hit a large percentage of users. There are also concerns about muscle mass loss, since much of the weight lost is not purely fat. And once you stop the medication, most people regain the weight. These are prescription drugs that require medical supervision. They are not for everyone. Cost is a real barrier for many people without solid insurance coverage. And the long-term data for widespread use in otherwise healthy adults is still being gathered. That matters. Now here is where Berberine enters the picture. Berberine is a natural compound found in plants like barberry, golden seal, and Oregon grape. It has been used in traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine for centuries. But modern research is what made it go viral. Berberine activates something called AMPK, which scientists sometimes call a metabolic master switch. When AMPK turns on, your cells become more sensitive to insulin. Your liver produces less glucose, and fat storage slows down. In simpler terms, Berberine helps your body handle sugar and carbohydrates more efficiently. Multiple studies, including several head-to-head trials comparing Berberine to metformin, the most commonly prescribed diabetes drug, found similar blood sugar improvements. That is genuinely impressive for a supplement. Some research also shows modest reductions in body weight, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides. For someone like Sarah, dealing with creeping belly fat, sluggish metabolism, and blood sugar swings, Berberine actually moved the needle. She was not imagining it. The science backs up a real, modest benefit. But here is where we need to be completely straight with you. Berberine is not Ozempic. It does not work on the same pathways. It does not produce 15 to 20% weight loss. It does not suppress hunger the way GLP-1 drugs do. Calling Berberine nature's Ozempic is catchy but misleading, and you deserve the honest version. Think of Berberine more like a metabolic tune-up than a dramatic intervention. It can genuinely help. It is just not a substitute for a prescription medication when one is clinically needed. If you are finding this breakdown helpful, please take 2 seconds and hit that like button. And if you want more science-based content like this designed specifically for people over 30, subscribe so you never miss a video. Now let's talk about what really moves the needle after 35, because this is where most videos completely drop the ball. Around your mid-30s, your estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol ratios start shifting. These hormonal changes make fat storage easier, especially around the abdomen, and fat loss harder. Sleep quality often declines. And here is the connection almost nobody explains clearly. Poor sleep raises ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and lowers leptin, the fullness hormone. You wake up hungrier, you crave carbs more, and your willpower is working at half power before breakfast. This is not weakness. It is biochemistry. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, which tells your body to hold on to belly fat as an energy reserve. Resistance training becomes more important after 35 than cardio alone, because it preserves and builds muscle, which keeps your resting metabolism higher. Even a modest protein increase at each meal can dramatically reduce afternoon cravings. These are not optional extras. These are the foundation that makes Berberine more effective, that makes GLP-1 drugs more sustainable, or that sometimes produces results on their own. So here are your action steps. First, talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement or medication. That conversation matters more than any YouTube video. Second, if Berberine interests you, standard research doses typically range from 500 milligrams 2 to 3 times daily with meals, but get medical input first. Third, audit your sleep. Even 1 additional hour can visibly shift hunger and cravings within a week. Fourth, add resistance training at least twice per week. Fifth, manage stress like it is a health condition, because it is. Sarah eventually found her way. She combined Berberine with better sleep habits and strength training. She did not lose 20 pounds in 2 months, but she lost 11 pounds in 4 months, her energy stabilized, and her blood sugar markers improved at her next checkup. Small and sustainable beats, dramatic and temporary every single time. If you're loving this content, hit like and subscribe for weekly health and fitness breakthroughs. Check the description below to grab your free keto ebook and watch your next must-watch video. This will kickstart your health journey today and skyrocket your chances and your results. Don't miss out. Your support means a lot. Thank you for watching.